Yes, minors shouldn't be sexualized. Oh boy. First things first, yo, D8, shout out to you, gang. You've been really putting on. I love watching your videos. I love reacting to them. You're a top tier content creator.
I can't believe this actually has to be said, but we
Whoa, what the? Yeah, hold on. We're gonna do 1080p, baby.
I can't believe this actually has to be said, but we probably should not be sexualizing minors. But it has to be said because the material girl himself, Saucy Santana, is under a bit of fire after the resurfacing of a clip of him saying some questionable stuff popped up on the timeline. Or I should say that it
boy, why are successful people always gotta be freaks about minors? Here we go.
Resurfaced because he made a questionable TikTok promoting his song Quiet on the Creek. I honestly think this is a pretty clear cut and dry case, but I'll just update you on the T-Twin. Comment for the algorithm. Like I said, it's pretty clear cut and dry, but just to catch you guys up, you need to take a look at this TikTok.
Their name sounds familiar, I just don't know them.
And let me know if you think there's anything wrong with it. Now, if it isn't clear to you guys, Saucy Santana has a bunch of young girls doing what I would call the young ho bop. And if you were on social media when all of the women were calling themselves young hoes.
First off, nigga, I did not need to get hit with all this nipple on my screen. Why did you yo, gang, please do better.
You would know that it's basically them just shaking their chest. Nigga, and where a lot of people took
that shit was that a jump scare. I almost screamed, nigga. That shit, like I real life, like I did that shit in real life, nigga. Like you almost caught me, bruh. Shit's a jump scare, nigga. Almost like, you know, almost got my shit.
Issue with this is that the song Quiet on the Creek is very sexual in nature, and having children engage with this sexual song and even shaking their chest to the same sexual song, it made a lot of people raise their eyebrows. And honestly, I do agree. And I have been putting off making this video because at first I was like, do I even want to talk about this? But then I realized that this situation kind of talks about something that's very prevalent in the black community. I'm not here to say that this doesn't go on in other communities, but I am going to speak.
I'm going to give my opinion a little bit because I just want to hear what he's talking about.
On my community just because I'm black, but I'll get to that a little later. And when I do come back to this particular talking point later, I will be deciding whether or not I think that Saucy Santana is a predator or a pedophile, because I've been seeing tons of discourse calling him a predator, etc. But I think that those words carry a lot of meaning in heavy weight, so I don't want to just throw them out willy-nilly.
I think it's
and with
weird,
this TikTok being posted for the world to see, another very questionable clip resurface, and I'm just gonna let you guys take a look, and honestly, just brace yourself.
Niggas say they outside. Niggas wanna fuck me, kids wanna fuck me, aunties, everybody.
And I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Freudian slip of death. What? What? Yo, that's crazy. Like, why was that your mindset, bruh?
Bro, I forgot this clip existed. I seen this before in the past when I was a child, and seeing this again now that I'm an adult, he looked crazy as hell. I'm not gonna lie. There is no defense for this, but I will say after he said kids wanna, you know, he low-key stammers and then says aunties wanna get at him. I think the whole stammering is proof that he realized that what he said was really crazy. Yeah. But what I do wanna comment on is how I seen some people using this as like proof that gay people are predators, etc. And I think using sweeping generalizations.
Okay. No, gay people aren't predators. I didn't think that didn't have to be said, but I guess that's what Twitter and TikTok brains leave you to believe. No, gay people aren't predators, bro. You could like the opposite sex without the or the same sex without them being under the age of 18, big bro. Like, I don't understand.
Like that are just really harmful, especially when gay people exist in the black community. It's really stupid because it's the same logic white racists use against us. They see one crazy clip of a black person online and then they use that to validate their sweeping
I was gonna troll. I was gonna say, like, when they under the age of 15, bro. Like, I was gonna troll, but like, yeah, nigga, not in this topic.
Realizations that they use against our community. So I'm saying it to say that Saucy Santana having weird clips does not mean that all gay people are predators or trans people are predators or queer people are predators. And if you want to be
I don't know if that word can be said on stream or YouTube. I hope we good. But I will say this though. That stream had 2,000 viewers. This stream has two. I just saw the number at the top. of the screen. That stream had 2,000 viewers. 2,000 people who was watching this stream just hit it from the world. I think it's so weird how people like, they don't want to be the first to expose you, but they want to be the second, third, and fourth to expose you when they realize that the first person that exposed you got a lot of attention. Like, niggas is weird. Y'all don't care about what's good and what's bad in this world. Y'all just care about the clicks and views, bro. It's the truth.
Black, you can't disparage the queer community because there's overlap between queer and blackness. And I just had to mention this because that side of the discourse is just anti-intellectual. Yes, it's a bad clip, but you're not gonna just generalize people based off of a single clip. You sound like them folks, for real. Now, before I get to Saucy Santana's explanation, I do want to get some things out the way because I'm 90% sure that in this explanation, he's gonna be talking about how this song isn't actually sexual and how it's actually just about fishing. But here's the thing, bro.
Right.
Number one, this song is definitely sexual, and you can tell because, bro, just take a look at the lyrics. Here's verse 2, for example. He's talking about you gotta be real discreet and petite. He's talking about that nigga ain't cheap. He's talking about you got a trick bigger than niggas with woo lady. She's a TikTok sex worker. And he's talking about this hypothetical man having a main and him being the side. These are all things related to dating and sex.
I had no idea who woo lady is.
Tricking, that's something that men do for prostitutes. That is prostitute lingo. But I will give Saucy Santana the benefit of the doubt in saying that this song did originate as something related to fishing because the origin is a TikTok he made where he was like showing off some fish he caught, and he was talking about how he used to be quiet on the creek when he was catching the fish.
See? Girl, that's good. Christian, if you chew real good, just eat the bones, just swallow it fast. You ain't gonna know.
No, if you swallow it, you gotta eat a piece of bread.
You can eat a piece of bread. Everybody know the Christian. Everybody know that. And I used to go fishing when I was a little girl. You gotta be real quiet on the creek.
So the song,
I don't think that was the origin. I think that the song was already made. The song was like already made, and like they were just like low key like sneaking it in. That's what I think.
wasn't just originally about being a discreet and quiet side piece. It did have some origins in the fishing activity. Now, I wanted to get this out the way because yes, I did skim through the interview, but for the most part, I am going to be reacting to this again with you guys. So now that that's out the way, let's take a look at Saucy Santana's response.
No, the other recent thing that went viral again was the kids thing. Like, oh, the kids want to, and I would love for you to clear that up.
I'm sorry, gang. You pulled up to this with your hair looking like that. Hold on, I'm not talking about Saucy. Hold on. Yo, you just walked out of bed and just said, fuck it. We glamorous. Put the hoop earrings on, got the eyelashes done, got the eyebrows done, put the lipstick on, makeup foundation on, and just said, we're gonna pull up with the niggas might think it's toupee hairstyle. I see you. Donald Trump too. I see you.
Recent thing that went viral again was the kids thing. Like, oh, the kids want to, and I would love for you to clear that up.
What now, mind you.
Okay, pull it out.
Get the receipts.
Cause that's what I said. People like to clip.
What kids thing?
It's a clip where I said niggas want to fuck me, kids want to fuck me, aunties want to fuck me, everybody. And so they clipped it, and I think right now too, I don't want to throw shade on nobody else's situation, but somebody else is in the headline for that little me gauge. And I'm like, that just has never been my character. But at the same time, you can't. I ain't finna beat y'all hoes in the head about something that y'all want to make y'all mind up to believe. And also, I think people forget that even though I live stream, I'm a celebrity, so I answer these questions on lip service.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't gotta prop up my phone and answer no shit for y'all because y'all feel like you ain't gonna address it. Yeah, when it's time.
Okay, so Saucy Santana can say that's never been his character, and he can also say, I'll answer it when it's time. But when you're sitting on a live stream and you're saying that kids want to fuck you, what do you want niggas to really think? Because you start sounding like Jeffrey Epstein when you say stuff like that, bro. Like on some real stuff. That was a very weird live stream clip, and people want to know because people support you. People like your music. And I think sitting on a podcast and being aggressive when asked about it and talking about, I don't want to beat y'all hoes on y'all head or whatever he said, that's just corny, gang. Because the whole reason people have questions is because you said some questionable stuff on a live stream regarding kids, and then you're on TikTok doing a questionable dance with kids around you to your song that is very in nature. What they say, bro, if it barks like a dog, then it is a dog. You can't be moving like Epstein and then
nasty.
surprised that people are questioning if you're Epstein. I don't think it's unreasonable for people, especially your fans, to want to have an explanation for why you said that. But let's continue.
I don't want to focus on clips that people have. I want to focus on action.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a video in real time. You heard the little boy, he said, damn, fat.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
And now listen to what I said.
Oh.
No, go back to the beginning. I don't need y'all to miss this.
Okay, we gotta hear it one more time. Let me be quiet on the creek.
Yeah, you're watching out.
You should watch your mouth. You too young. Right.
Some of the YNs outside, damn, get fat.
I don't think you telling a kid to watch their mouth because they're young really like I see the correlation you're trying to make, but like that don't mean anything like at all. Like the thing about being a pedo is that you know they're young. So like if this was your defense, like I'm gonna need more out of you. That stun locked me because like that's your defense.
What you say?
Yeah.
First of all, watch him out for you too young for that.
Now, basically, just to make things a little clear, Saucy Santana is trying to say that he has a clip of him in real time rejecting a child who is making sexual comments to him, which, okay, nice. That's the bare minimum that you should do as an adult. And back to that talking point I teased earlier.
That's what. Oh, okay. I never mind. I thought it was like they cursed or something, but we'll see.
In the video, I will use this as kind of like an example for why I believe that way, but I don't think this properly addresses the whole kids clip, nor does it explain the TikTok for real, especially because even if you aren't intentionally being predatory to minors, there's still behaviors and actions that you can have or take that are still very unsavory in nature, regardless of that. And after this, Saucy Santana proceeds to talk about how he has nieces and nephews that he's helping raise and how he feels like this stuff is disgusting. And him, along with one of the ladies on the podcast panel, basically make the conclusion that this is kind of like a coordinated smear campaign because Saucy Santana is going up.
Yeah, we've never heard nothing about Saucy.
Right.
Never. And you never will. And I'm just like,
well, I don't. This is dick suck. This is meat ride. People didn't know about Dr. Disrespect DMing a minor back in 2017 until 2024, 25. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything, bro. That we never heard anything. That doesn't mean anything.
It's so crazy that the internet always wait till you being champion or you get a hit.
Shit.
Oh, you see what he said, and now y'all trying to entangle it with the songs demonic and this and the third.
Do these girls got like boyfriends? Because I feel like their boyfriend would be like, that's bullshit. Like I feel like after they're recording, their boyfriends would be like, I don't know, like that's not really logic to me. Or did the boyfriend just not care?
It's like that's never the case. But what I want people to know that what's happening right now is God.
And this is where it gets disingenuous for me, because while I do think that the internet can be kind of like pitchforks and torches energy, I don't think this is just a coordinated smear campaign, especially because the clips were literally that crazy. You were talking about kids wanting to fuck you, gang, and then you got young children shaking their chest to your actual song. And it sounds crazy when I put it that way, but I showed y'all the lyrics and I showed y'all the dance that they were doing.
Quiet on the Creek is not no song calling into kids about this is not about no child molestation, none of that weird ass bullshit that y'all talking about on the internet.
Like who even thinks like that?
Nobody was saying nothing about no other song. Y'all saying this now because this is one of his biggest things. Like stop playing.
And y'all want to feel like we've been to take this from him. We've been to strip him from this, but y'all don't know that this ain't luck. This is timing and this is purpose, and this is what God had destined for Saucy Santana. I got me another hit.
I'm not gonna like touch base on the God situation here, but like I'm gonna just let you slide. I do think that like I don't know. I mean, God loves you for who you are. He just doesn't love your sin. Like same for us, like in general. So like I'm not gonna be like, nah, that's not true. God didn't do it for you. That's I'm not gonna say that.
Number 45.
But I do think trying to use God in this light when trying to touch against, like, okay, here's my problem. Because I'm like trying to creep around it. I'm just tell the truth. What if it turns out that you are exactly what people say you are? Then they go back and look at this clip of you talking about God. You just made Christianity look even crazier. Like it's not a good look.
Me too. And
yes.
so
number
you
45 on number 45 on hip hop R&B Billboard.
Like I said, I don't think people are just trying to go on a coordinated smear campaign against Saucy Santana, nor have I seen people trying to make the song about child molestation. What people do know is that this song is sexual. It talks about being a side piece and keeping your mouth shut so you can keep getting the trick in. This is sexual language and it has innuendos.
I do believe in no way you should be allowing kids to dance to this on TikTok. I think this is bad imagery. I don't know. I don't think it's predatory, right? Like I just think bad judgment. Like I get it. You're trying to get in touch. Like you're trying to get in touch with the community. You understand that the community of people these days are probably more kids on the internet than anything else. But like, I don't think this was the route you should take at all. And I think the kids want to fuck me thing was just a slip. You didn't actually like mean to say that. I'm giving you like a lot of benefit of the doubt because I just think sometimes people on the internet just like take and run with whatever you say. Like they just cut their brains off and like look for buzzwords and they just run with the buzzwords. I think it's like brain dead activity.
Let's keep it a bean. Nor do I think people are trying to take it away from you because the song is good, it's catchy, and I caught myself singing it while making this video.
What the fuck?
Sorry, I'm just keeping it real. But people are
never
bringing
heard the
Saucy
song,
Santana
so
into question because he got questionable
like I've never heard the song at all.
clips and it just looks weird. But I do want to answer the question on whether or not I think this guy is a pedophile. And long story short, no, I don't think Saucy Santana is a pedophile because that word carries weight and there's no proof to actually back this up. Are there weird clips and comments? Yes, but that doesn't make him a pedophile. It just means he might be a little questionable, if not creepy, in my opinion. Now, my theory for the TikTok and why he was doing that with young girls is that he's just trying to appeal to a younger demographic to just increase his virality. That's just kind of
yeah, it's literally exactly what I said. W.
How the game is when it comes to marketing. That's not me defending the clip because I still think it's weird, but I can kind of see that element of marketing. Because if you go to the Quiet on the Creek music video, it takes place in Creek University, which is clearly a streamer university homage. And when he dropped this, I seen people saying, why is this taking place in a school? That's kind of weird, but it's all to just market to a younger
like
audience. But in this case, I won't say Saucy Santana is too weird for using a school background because in the music video, it's called Creek University. And more often than not, it's grown folks at university. But if I had to give my own explanation for why he involved children beyond just the marketing aspect, I'd probably say because in the black community, what I noticed is that there's this element of harmful ignorance. What I mean is that I don't think that Saucy Santana may have been intentionally trying to be creepy or predatory when he included those young girls in his TikTok. I think there's just this element of normalized ignorance within the black community. I honestly think this nigga was just thinking, let me make this TikTok with these kids, posted it, and then went on about his day. And when I say ignorance, I mean that he thinks it's just enough to not want to engage with these children. Hence why he showed that video as proof that he's not a predator. But that's also why I said even if you're not intentionally doing something that harms children, you still got to be more mindful of your actions because
I just think the fact that you needed to have evidence instead of just being like, yeah, no, I'm not a predator. I was just trying to appeal to the kids. I think the fact that you couldn't just come out and say that is weird to me. The fact that you had to get like evidence is weird. The fact that the evidence could have been staged is also weird because, you know, staged evidence is a thing. Like it just so happens to be very, it's a little too, what's the word I'm looking for? Convenient, right? That all of a sudden you get pressed about this and you got a video of you telling kids to knock it off because they're too young. Why do you have that video on your phone to begin with? There is nothing notable about that video that would be like, oh, I want to keep that in my phone. Unless you think you're sus. You know what I mean? It's like, it's I call it imposter syndrome, but not the type of imposter syndrome that you kids know about on the internet. The imposter syndrome I'm talking about is more like a, you're guilty. And so because you're guilty, you try to overcompensate by trying to do everything you can to appear innocent. You're making fake alibis in your head before you even have anyone try to say that you're guilty of anything. Like, that's kind of what that's giving to me. But that's it. That's the only thing I could say. If you just came on the mic and said, look, I'm not a creep. I was trying to appeal to the masses with the kids. When I was making that video on Insta, it was more like I'm just trying to, I was trying to farm for clips and views, and I accidentally just had a word slip. If you would have said that, that would have been way better than, oh, I got a video conveniently of me telling a guy to stop. Like, what? Just sounds like overly convenient.
Having children engage in your sexual song with a pretty questionable dance move is still pretty harmful in my opinion, but that's why I call it harmful ignorance, because I'm not gonna sit up here and act like this guy is a super predator. He got weird clips for show, but there's no documented case of him preying on kids. There's no
also, I ain't gonna lie, guy or girl, this pose, the long fingernails, that shit has always been ugly to me. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl, that shit ugly, nigga. If you replace this clip with a baddie, I would think this is still so fucking ugly. Cause like this pose, the little finger come here thing, all that shit ugly as fuck, bruh. I don't know what to tell you.
On kids, it's literally just weird clips that we can do nothing but speculate
the mannerisms
on. And that's why I think we got to be more intentional with how we conduct ourselves around kids, because even if you think it's just a harmless TikTok, bro, your song is filled to the brim with sexual innuendos and how you got to be a side piece, and you got kids doing the young ho bop. Am I making sense? The closest thing I can think of that's kind of similar is how in the black community it's low-key a rite of passage for like young black boys to go to the strip club or to talk to older women. On the surface, the older cousin or the older brother might think they're not doing any harm, but in reality they're just exposing a young child to— that's not
a black community thing, nigga. People just do it sometimes, people don't do it sometimes. It's just like it's not like a ritual. Like, it's just, that's what niggas do sometimes. It's not like a culture thing either.
A very sexual environment. So TLDR, is Saucy Santana a predator? Probably not. Does he have insanely weird clips? Yes. Is there some potential harmful ignorance at play here? Most definitely. So with that being said, I don't think this is a coordinated smear campaign against someone who has a poppin' song. I think that people are just rightfully kind of questioning what's going on here, because when you got a clip of you saying kids want to you and you got young children dancing to your sexual song, people are going to raise their eyebrows, and they are well within their right to do so. But that's really all I had to say though. But actually, before I get up out of here, follow my Twitter, follow my Spotify, and become a member on this channel if you want to support me. But for real though, I love you all. Y'all niggas be blessed. I'm gonna get up out of here. Bye bye.
Get the bye bye. All right, look, this is my honest opinion, okay? My honest opinion, I think the same. I don't think that this is predatorial. I think that we're just goofy. We're just being a whole lot of goofy. And I think this happens a lot, where people try to stay in touch with the youth on the internet and they just do stupid things. Now, with that being said, if you do get caught up with some kids in the future, bro, this bad looks, it's terrible looks. Like, it's not only that you're a pred if you get caught with this, you're also like a dead liar. That's the only difference. It's the only difference.